Let's see what we're doing tonight. All right. Okay. How's this going to be for me? Got this big board here. It's a little awkward. It's not perfect. There's spots on here. I fucking hate it. I really do, but it is what it is. And it's not perfect, but that's okay. So yeah, that's what we're working on tonight. Eventually it'll stop moving, I hope. Alright, give me a few minutes. On laptop, you can do the basics like open web pages. Oh, frig. I don't have anything sharp, do I? I'm a sewer. Of course I have something sharp. Fucking running to sewing needles. Oh, damn it. Like, I can't get rid of these little speckles, and I know these came in when I started doing the last. I should have covered it up, but I didn't. That one came out. I don't think I can get rid of that. You know, there's shit in the water. It's not going to be perfectly clear. There's going to be a little unevenness to the light. Yeah, that's fine. Give me a second. I got to throw my live stream link in a couple of places, and then we'll get on this shit. I really don't have the motivation for this tonight, but I've done nothing all day. So if I turn on the live stream and I'm here and someone else is here, I will feel guilty for not entertaining you to some regard, and that'll hopefully make me start painting. Give or take. I'm gonna click on this bitch. This bitch being me. There I am, my one watcher. Hi, me. I'm not even registered on the phone yet. I know my streams are getting later and later, but sometimes we can only do what we can do, which today is not much. That's okay. We're gonna get something done. Create a post. I post about my ass on YouTube. There we go. What are we going to be watching tonight? Probably Markiplier, because I have a little bit of a headache and I really can't listen to loud music tonight. So, probably Game Theory or Markiplier hunting Bigfoot in the background, which doesn't sound like it'd be very quiet when you get a headache, but for some reason my brain works like that. Dear God, if this ran any slower, it would be in reverse. Yes. Holy shit. I do have a similar piece I'm working on after this. Yeah, I went to bed with a headache and I woke up with a headache. It's starting to ease up now, but I might end up having to sleep on the couch. Enter. Next. Come on. This is just me posting my link. This is how bad my laptop is. I should put a GoFundMe for a laptop. Mama knows I need it. There we go. Discord coming through finally. Da 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 dum dum. Holy, there we go. Discord is done. Facebook is posted. Not now. And jumping back over to my face and YouTube. Come on, Mark. Let me entertain you. That is fucking terrifying. I love it. I'll be with you in a moment. I'm just having a mental health crisis. No, I can't joke about that today. That's inappropriate. Alright, I'll need to start at the beginning. Alright, I have done my duty. I suppose I could tweet this, but Twitter kind of scares me sometimes. So. Alright, so here we are. I don't know if I can darken this up without ruining it more than it is. I don't like the teeth. They're not as prominent as I was hoping they would be, so maybe I'm going to go in with like a little bit of dark blue and see if I can just darken those up a little bit, like ever so fucking slightly, without ruining the whole goddamn thing. Probably not, but you know what? This is going to be a learning experience, because the concept is good, the execution failed. Let's put it that way. Okay, I got a little blue. Can't exactly bring blue over, a little black, and a little bit more water. Move the water over here. Glass on glass. That's not going to be a problem. Come on, Mark. Just play. Just.
Hello, everybody. My name
Thank
is
you.
Tumbler, and welcome back to Bigfoot. A funny thing happened just yesterday.
There we go.
I literally finished hunting Bigfoot, and the moment that I closed the game, there's an update. Literally, as I was playing and hunting Bigfoot, there was another update to the game that not only updated the AI of Bigfoot, but also created a whole new map at Yellowstone Park.
Ooh.
So I thought, why not try it again? So I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to make this a challenge, because I'm starting to get the feel of Bigfoot. That's not something that I should be saying out loud. I'm starting to get to the feel of hunting Bigfoot, and I'm going to make it more difficult. I'm going to increase Bigfoot's health,
Sure, Mark.
damage, and I'm going to decrease the loot amount to almost nothing. And in doing so, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to hunt Bigfoot a little better. And this time I'm going to get ripped, because I have a funny feeling I'm going to need all the firepower I can get. It gets 10% firearms damage and then 10% melee damage. So if things get down to the nitty gritty, I may have to throw hands with Bigfoot. And I don't think I'm going to get a lot of ammo, but it's all mine. And if things go right, I should be able to hunt Bigfoot. Yellowstone National Park is known for its lush, vivid landscapes. The tranquility of the park brings peace to all visitors. The powerful geysers have become a trademark, attracting thousands of tourists from all over the country. The wildlife only adds to the experiences at Yellowstone. Any camper can go out on their own to track wildlife and see them up close. There's even a cave that predators are said to frequent if you're lucky enough to find it. So we're going to go back in. Now, last time I ran into a problem where I didn't have a lot of traps. Now, to be honest, I don't want to use traps unless I'm going to be able to put a lot of damage into Bigfoot. Surprisingly, Yellowstone is far from tame. Just a month ago, 2 volunteers from Greenpeace, Avery and Louise, were found dead in one of the clearings. They had been in the park to clean up litter and beautify the park, but something had been waiting in the woods for them and had ended their mission early. Was it just an unfortunate accident? or something more. It's up to you to find out which. I got a funny feeling it's Bigfoot, and I'm doing this with night vision again just because I find it a really fascinating experience. It makes it just a little bit more immersive for me.
That's a bit better.
Just a little bit spookier.
I know you can't really see much of a difference,
I
but
have a funny feeling I'm gonna have a pretty tough time with this. Not to be overly dramatic about it, I don't want to do that. Oh my god, look at this map.
yeah, that's better. I can't see it in camera, but
So I have a funny feeling if I get to that lake, I'm not going to be able to cross it. And I also don't know what any of the landmarks is. This is a brand new map. I don't even think this was in the older version of Bigfoot. So it's all on me. I got to do what I got to do to survive, which means kill Bigfoot, pretty much. Alright. Nothing there.
there we go.
Oh my god, were there traps there in the other map and I just didn't grab them? Am I that big of an idiot? Am I that bad of a driver? Probably. Okay, I'm looking for Louisa and Avery. And there is, in fact, the Bigfoot around. So if this goes like last time, he's not going to be here the first night, but the first night is going to roll around immediately. And that means I got to get on the move. So I got to hurry up. Also, it said that there was a new animal. I don't know if that's a dangerous animal. I hadn't run into problems yet, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen. Okay. 556. Alright, that looks like everything in the camper except the food. I don't know why I want to take meat on me. I think that does just draw him to me. Yep, okay. 9-1. I gotta be more mindful about traps in the middle of the trees because I keep running into them. And yes, I'm so far so good at the quick time events, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna do this forever. I'm gonna put cameras at the crop.
I'm actually watching Markiplier hunt Bigfoot today. I have a little bit of a headache, so music's a little much for me right now. So I will listen to some guy lose his mind and scream and yell at Bigfoot, because that'll hurt less for some reason. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of darkening up between the teeth here, because it's too light and it's just making the teeth not as like individual needle teeth as I'm hoping they look like. So.
But I'll collect it, I guess. I still don't know if it's bad for me to do this, but I'm taking it. I have a funny feeling that
yes, night vision. He did it,
friends,
and then I guess they uploaded an updated version like immediately after he finished the last game. So this is they're in Yellowknife this time.
Not that that matters. Fuel canister, that's good. Shotgun shells. I don't have a shotgun yet, but ammo's good.
Oopsie, that's a little darker than I intended.
That's something. I don't like it. Okay. Well, that's.
Hopefully I can get this one finished tonight.
Throw that. I should really focus on just scouting the area, not intending to do a lot of damage right now because any damage that I do is probably going to be healed back up. So I just got to be mindful of my ammo and hurt them only when I can do damage, which is going to require a lot of self.
I know it's a little late tonight, but I needed to try and do something, and I just ended up spending my evening on my ass, so I didn't do anything today. I did work in the garden a little bit. My corn was an absolute bust this year. I think I had one cob that didn't have worms in it. And all the stalks were like rotting where they stand because we had such like rain and humidity. It was horrible.
I don't want to mess with a moose. A moose is bad news.
A moose is bad news. Don't fuck with a moose.
A moose could kill you dead if you kill me dead, and it definitely could kill you dead.
It's actually dark, actually, and he's recording it. He's recording it with his night vision camera. He's got all the lights off, and the only light you see on his face is actually from the screen, so that's pretty cool.
I don't know if there's going to be anything. I just don't know this place. I don't know if there's going to be cabins like the other one. Cabins were really nice because you could hide in cabins. And I don't think any kind of like mechanics of the night, you know, the first night him not hunting is going to save me if
This isn't perfect, but it's okay. Someone's going to see this and love it, and that's all that matters.
You heard that right. Oh, I don't like the rain. Oh, I don't like the rain. Okay,
I love the rain.
Big ass. God, I hear something. It's a big ass thing. I see lights across the lake. I'm gonna. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's gonna load up my flare gun. Not that I should use it, is this? Just,
God, why did I put so many teeth? I'm fine.
too slow in the lake. I doubt Bigfoot's any slower in the
I mean,
water.
haven't we all got a little less energetic over the years?
Oh, this is awful. Oh, this is awful. I don't have enough bullets. Oh, I couldn't do anything. I can't even, like, throw them off with bullets. No.
I feel like I've aged 40 years in the last 3.
I hate how much noise I'm making in the foliage.
And I wish, I do need to get more physically active, though.
Is that a moose? Is that a moose? Is that a moose? Oh my god, is that a moose?
Is it a moose?
Well, I don't see anything. Oh my god.
Is it a moose?
Oh my god. I heard a moose, I do not see a moose.
That happens
They're
sometimes.
so big, how do they hide?
Because they're
Where
moose.
do the moose hide? Oh, it's a buffalo!
Oh, it's a buffalo.
Worse!
Oh,
No, it's not worse. I don't know. God, shut up.
buffalo fuck you up.
I don't like it. Oh, awful, 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 actually. I should probably look up if I want to avoid the traps. I'm just really stompy when I run. It just sounds like there's footsteps all around me, but I think that's by design.
Oh, yeah.
Unless there is a Bigfoot around here.
And I suppose as you get older, too, you start to, like, relax more and you start to just be yourself. You don't feel like you have to put on a show all the time because, you know, it can be tiring. It's like being a whatchamacallit, you know, like a waitress or something, when you're just kind of always got to smile and nod all the time. And then when you're someplace, somewhere long enough, you start to relax and, you know, customers are just like, hey guys, what's up today? What do you want? Here's some dinner. You just get, like, more relaxed and used to it. And,
Oh, why did I come here? Okay. Why did I set the loot so low?
oh,
I gotta find another gun. I'm boned. Oh, is that a moose?
that's a moose.
Please run away from me, moose. Do not charge me. Oh, it's a deer. Okay. That's fine. Oh, daytime. Alright. That's helpful. I gotta make some progress. I'm not living up to the honored Bigfoot Research Association. I'm not living up to their standards. I don't think I'm going to be living for much longer at all, actually. Oh, God, why don't I have a telescope? Why haven't I been setting out cameras?
Yeah, that's true.
Set up a camera.
Alright, I'm gonna be back. I think I heard something.
Bigfoot sticks to roads, really, but that is nothing. Okay, well, that's a problem. Hard to get out of the river. Realism. I, too, would struggle to get out of a river. In fact, I think a raging rapids would just sweep me away into nothingness and I would die. Oh, he's being crafty. Oh, stop, birds, you bird bastards. Oh, my God. Okay, so this is the park entrance. Let me just do it at the first intersection. A camera at the first intersection here. That'll be good enough. What a good field view. Perfect. I am so... Whoa. Hi, Buffalo. I am so screwed. Okay, that could have killed me. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna ignore that. Come on, there's no buildings. I must have just gone the complete wrong way. Something. Shelter. Yeah, shelter. This ain't gonna stop nothing, let alone a big foot. Nothing.
Nothing important.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
What's under this? Oh, here we go. Okay, 8454. Looks like a red. 8454. Got it. Okay, that is something. Good thing I double checked. But I look up like I'm not.
Alright.
The chance of me actually getting
I hate it, but this is about as good as I'm gonna get for
very low. Very
him.
low.
So now I'm on to the tricky part.
And a whole lot of nothing.
The rest.
Sun is moving up about halfway through the day. A little less, a little more. Ooh, here we go. Okay. Alright. This could be something. Yay. Ooh, 12 gauge. If I could find a shotgun. I've got so much meat on me. Oh, man. Bigfoot's gonna love me. A little more ammo.
Let's try you for a change.
Some meat. That's about
So it works.
it. Not a good shelter to fight in. That's for sure. I gotta keep moving.
I don't think I've ever used this for stars, so
Supply drop?
let's see how she do.
Can you drop me a supply? Can you rescue me, please? Alright, down to the edge of the lake here. I'm gonna save
Looks
my
like
cameras. I'm gonna put 3 more on the north side if I even get back to there.
That's a bad idea.
Oh, that's not good.
Hang on a second.
Nope, I don't care about that. Just a bunch of human bones. That's no problem. That's fine. Not worthy of a picture, if you ask me. Just an ordinary day in Yellowstone with that. Building? Holy crap, I found a building.
Okay.
I wouldn't believe it.
I think those are enough light stars. Because this is very watered down, so. So that's enough of that. I need to use a different brush. Ah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that's good. Oh my god, that's a lot of bullets.
Oh no. No, you're full of black paint.
Because I gotta escape out the back. I've got first aid kits. I'll just close that for now. Close that for now. This might actually work out. Okay, what I'll do is he's gonna come here. So I set up the fuel canister to hit him with that. Right about here. So I hit it out the door. And definitely still hit him. Grab this one. I could have hit it from there. Okay, we're getting dicey. We gotta make a decision. Okay, it's definitely gonna be coming here. So why don't I do it like this? Set up this trap here at the front door. And set up the second fuel gas bottle. That'll be even better.
Shit.
But I need somewhere I can hit it from.
Hate it when that happens.
Back end of the hallway. Let me actually take that here. So he's definitely gonna be hit there. So I should be able to hit the gas
That's
bottle.
a sky full of stars.
Maybe I can circle back around twice. Go out. Go ahead and close the door. Get a few more shots off. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Maybe I should close that.
Okay.
I should not close that door. No. I should close that door. I should close that door.
You should close that door. Mark, you should close that door.
Bigfoot. Oh, come on. Where is he?
Okay.
Popping up.
My sky full of stars.
Stop popping up.
And my table full of stars. Glad I covered that up because those went everywhere.
What the hell?
There we go. 'Cause in a sky full of stars, I think I saw you. I need to wait for these to dry.
I haven't got a single blip on any of my cameras. Not that they're big coverage, but they do kind of cover the way to me. God, for some reason, this feels like Darkwood right now. You know, when it's night and you have to hole up and board up the windows and you just sit and wait in a dark corner and you hope for the best. God, that was a good game.
That's a good game.
No sequel to that.
No sequel to that? Alright.
Survival.
Black.
There's
There's paint on the brush. No! I have a spray star. Someone needs to give Bigfoot some bongos.
That has to be just traps. That's traps. Maybe I've done a good job hiding myself.
Oh, stop.
Oh my god.
You're still in the cabin? You're still in the cabin. Okay. I need to measure this. I'll be right back.
God. Oh my god. Son of a bitch. That sounds close. Oh, that sounds close. Wait, no.
Okay. If I'm not replying, it's because I'm watching Mark get eaten by Bigfoot. How was your day today? Chicken nuggy?
Oh, I hated that. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go. I heard a lot of trap making in the night. I'm assuming that there's a lot of traps. I don't know if you can see them if you look up or whatever, but that was terrifying.
Okay.
It's one of the worst nights I've spent in the woods waiting for there's a fire canister there. Not that I think I'm gonna circle back across the map. Ooh, another building. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go back across the map to try to get to it, but oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. This is like the center of town. I should have known by the way the roads went. Where is it? Wait, I see one building. I see a water tower. It seems like this is a town. Okay, Grand Village. That sounds nice. Ooh, there's smoke. People must be here and alive and well. And very happy. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, that's not lovely, but this is lovely. Help! Yeah, help me. Help me. Help me, I'm very skilled. The problem with these is I don't think they have, oh, they do, the window, okay. That's good, that's not good. Another travel ticket, some 2 ammo. Man, I really did make it sparse here. Storage, a microwave is storage, sure. I hear a rope. I think that must be a trap to the left. Some kind of a trap. That definitely sounds like a rope of some kind. I don't trust that. See if I can see what it is. I definitely hear it. Okay, I'm gonna try to be on the lookout for that sound. So all of these could be good to fight in. So I can run out the back window at least.
Buy
more time with
freaking
all the
rigging.
traps that I found, which is good. Baseball bat. I finally have a melee weapon. Good. Great. Gas canister, I already have one. Okay, I should
Don't have
definitely
anything.
fight if there's gonna be gas canisters, but I don't know if he's gonna be coming.
I know you can get little sketchbooks and stuff, like 365 pages, and each day will have like a prompt. So you'll have something to draw.
No.
Yes, maybe.
Oh god, wait, whoa.
Ah, shit.
That's not good.
You're doing so well till you fucked up.
Don't like that. Okay. So this is a fuel canister
There we
there,
go.
this gas canister in the other one. I'm gonna make this the fighting place and try to do as much damage as possible right here. Oh man, the sun's already going up. Okay.
I think they have little books like that on Etsy,
So what I'll do is
and they probably have them on Amazon and a bunch of other places.
here, because I can see the window from here. This will be the first
Okay,
place I go.
tall ships.
And
Need
then
sails.
I'll
Sails
set
are
up a
next.
trap inside so that after I shoot, oh my god, okay, alright, are we going? I didn't get to do anything. I didn't set up anything.
I usually
Out there, so I can get out the back. Buys me enough time.
take the put the sails in, and then I'll do all the details and the rigging with a black pen because I can make cleaner straight lines and I don't have to worry about drips and stuff.
What was that? Okay, he's coming. Oh, he's coming.
You coming, Mark?
How many? 30? What are you? Oh god. Here we go.
I think there's probably someone on that thing there. YouTube. Probably a couple of people will do it with you too. Like, hey, we're drawing this. It's supposed to be the crows nest, but it's a little big. Shit. That's okay. It's okay if there's stars in the water.
Well, that's not how I remember him behaving. I guess I could do another trap in another place. Did he give up? Is that something that he can do now? He can actually be scared off. Well, he healed up most of the damage that I did with that one explosion. I am so confused.
It's okay, Mark. You hunt your Bigfoot.
I am incredibly confused.
It's a little line, or I should be using a different type of mark.
What in the world?
What's happening? What's happening? I can't see from here.
Earthquake?
Oh.
Bigfoot taking a dump? What happened? I guess it is Yellowstone. It's supposed
Yeah,
to
it's
be
Yellowstone.
seismically active.
Ah, that makes sense.
He must have left. I mean, I did blow a gas canister in his face, but I guess he left. Okay, this is much dicier than I thought it was. This is gonna be holding.
Oh, I sold my big monster painting today.
This is because I'm scared to go out.
I had a really big one with
That's a
like a monster behind the mountain and
I'll
a
fight you. I'll fight you. I'll fight you.
whatchamacallit, a kraken in the lake, and UFOs.
I think I've been in here. Definitely been in there. There, have I been in
So
the
it's
center
cool
one?
when you
Doors open,
sell a
so
big one.
yes, but I see something here.
You need to be
Okay, maybe
taller.
this is different.
You
Oh,
should have been
Have
taller.
I been in it?
Can't do anything about that now. I fucked up, but it's okay.
I know there's got to be like traps all over the place. There's no way that Bigfoot was not. Oh, that's thunder. God, this rain is messing with me. I keep thinking that thunder and stuff like that, and rumbles and anything is like his stomps stomping up my way. Apparently not. Yeah, I'm brave. I'm not gonna hold forever.
There we go.
I gotta get moving.
Oh, I know what I can put a little flag here. One of the little triangle flags.
To be for long periods of time.
There we go. It's not the best tall ship, but it is indeed a tall ship. Now, to find a pen that works. Oh my god.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Okay, you're dead.
No. I think he was just moving.
Ooh, I bought chocolate today. Don't forget to treat yourself. You did a good job today.
Is that Old Faithful? That's cool. That's fun. Oh, nice. Makes me feel like I'm not going to die imminently.
Point 2.
It gives me some hope after all. Maybe he just thinks humans stink. Could be wrong.
Where's my lip?
Plenty of first aid.
Now my chocolate tastes like blood.
I didn't even notice it. I didn't notice anything on the ground. Maybe I don't think if I look up I see anything like that. I think it is just the sound of rope though. Just gotta be careful.
This one works.
Oh, I hear another one.
But this is a 1. It's a little bit too thin for what I need. 3. Ooh, 3 looks like it's going to be it. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'm trying to get on a little bit earlier. Maybe I'll try again tomorrow. Yes. 8's coming in clutch.
Hunting tower.
There we go.
Stay away from the trees. I mean, really, it just should be a policy. Stay away from the trees. Trees are no good.
Okay, there we go.
Battery good. Some more stuff to trap. Alright. I'll put a camera on this crossroad here. God, it's so bright. It's almost like it's not horrifying. I just hear creaking everywhere, so I'm thinking that it might just also be the trees, and maybe it's just completely random. Alright, building here. Okay. Magruder Ranger's house. What does that even mean? What is a Magruder Ranger? That's something I should know? Is that an extension to the Bigfoot Research Association? Well, another place to fight, I guess. Probably has a safe in it, I bet. Nope, honestly, no. Big axe, okay.
There we go. Got some riggings in there.
So I should do that next time. Well, that's always good. It looks like it. Not the best place to fight, that's for sure. Is the sun
I
already going
need
down?
a straight edge.
Please tell me the sun is not already going down.
Of course it is, Mark.
That is so incredibly unfair.
It's so incredibly gamey.
Great. I have a cabin.
If you don't want the cabin, give it back.
Well, this doesn't have any doors.
Okay, where's that 8 I had? 3, 1, 8. Alright. Micron, let's go.
I'm gonna have to start shooting him eventually.
Okay.
Whoa.
I should put the, I don't know.
No. Oh, I'm not looking.
Shit. Put the boat down further in the water.
This is terrible. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, please. Yeah, hit my trap. Yeah, hang on.
Put the boat lower in the water.
I just
we go.
Mammy, you want some?
That was not what I was hoping to do. Come here, you.
Ooh, trap came back. Okay, cool. Where you at? Where you at? Come on. Come out in the open. Come on.
There we go.
Well, now it's the night. It wasn't the night before.
All right.
Now it's the night. You done? You done? You done?
You done?
Fine.
Fine.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hold up anymore.
Good.
I know what I'm doing.
Sure you do.
I'm part of the Bigfoot Research Association.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
You're not crazy.
Here.
Oh,
I can take a fight to Bigfoot.
fuck,
I'm
getting
the one
old
hunting
sucks.
here. What's that? Heard something. Oh, it's a fox. Oh, it's a moose. Okay. Oh, it's a movement. Hang on. Not a car battery. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, you are not working worth shit. Is it me? It is me. This is not working worth shit. I need an actual straight edge. I think there's one in the kitchen. I'll be right back. Of course, I don't have a straight edge where I can find one, so I gotta improvise. I don't see one on the wall. I don't see one in this shit. Oh, damn it! Why did I do that to myself? Okay. Ooh, yep, dumb shit. That is the only puddle of water I have. There we go. Ooh. Don't break, don't fuck up. So now I can actually see where I'm drawing, supposedly. Okay. Number 8.
Heard something. Oh, it's a fox. Oh, it's a moose. Okay. Oh, it's a movement. Hang on. Not a car battery. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Not perfect, but that's okay.
Get out of here, moose. Get out of here, moose. Okay, it might have been leaving.
Okay. The edge. There's nothing. Thank you. And I'm gonna need that really fine brush right now. Pick up some more of that black and make my ship fit the water line. Whoa, speaking of water, none of that. None of that. Stop it. There we go. Now. Sirius is over here.
This bridge right here. You can't go anywhere. You're on this bridge. It's me and you. Where you at?
And,
The sound of the fireworks.
okay.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Orion.
Beautiful. Come on.
And
Come on. Right there, baby, right there. Right there. Come on. Gotta put some meat on it for you.
oh,
Really?
just little
Son of a bitch.
trails of stars that make you think there's actually a pattern. Make you look for constellations.
Way too quiet. It got way too quiet. Oh my god. That's definitely a trap.
Ryan's in there.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Oh. I don't even understand. How does it trap me? How does the trap even work? Is it leany trees? Is it if you go under the leany trees? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know anything. I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to survive. Trying to survive. I'm trying to survive. It's like eternal night. Awful. Horrible. Are all these leany trees traps? Oh, hi. Don't mind me. Run away. And now it's day. Bigfoot behaves differently. Definitely very differently. More strategic instead of just barreling straight into me every time, which honestly I would like the stupider Bigfoot. Just turns out the Yeti is a little bit dumb.
There we go.
Stab him. GPS sensor next time. Full on ammo.
There we go.
Full on 7.62 ammo. I didn't think it was possible, but I is. Oh, go! Why here? Why here? Oh no, why here? Oh, don't like that. Hello?
Oh, Markiplier getting killed a lot.
Oh, blue's safe. Okay, so if I can find a blue code, not that I've been paying attention. Another trap. Always love that. Not that I've really been using it very
Yeah, I'm gonna make him darker next time, and it'll make the fade a little bit more fadey, I guess.
Love you. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, that's going to help me with the consumption of
Right.
this ammo. Because I have a lot of it. If only I can find a shotgun. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. Hold on. Everybody hold on.
That is signed. And she's done. Can't really see it because I'm a little bit up on it, but I'll turn it sideways. And yeah, so there is number 2. I've already got the giant octopus, and now I have the anglerfish, and I think I'm going to work on the lobster next. So that sounds like Mark having a bad time. I feel like the audio, though, is pretty accurate with this artwork. There she is. My first one this size. Not the best. Oh, it's not finished. Fuck. Hang on. Before I even forget, I need yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
I thought I was going to be dead for sure. Trap is completely gone.
And a little yellow on the palette from the other night.
Unfortunately,
Water that down. I just need a little bit. I'm not doing all.
there's a way to save. I can save.
Okay.
I saved. I don't know how I survived that. Okay. But I'm alive. That's what I'm going to do. Just in case. I'm going in here. I'm saving. Unfortunately, I can't continue now, but I have a lot of weapons and I have a lot of stuff, so I'm going to save. Oh my god, I have not healed I'm just gonna heal full, and then I'm gonna save, and I will continue this. I don't know how I survived, but I did, so that's good. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I'll pick this up in just a little bit. Thank you, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Back to school means back to routine. Make it easy with 2-hour grocery delivery or pickup from Walmart.ca. Shop everything from snacks to lunch bags, all at the same low prices as in-store. Fees and restrictions apply. See Walmart.ca for details.
Do you live, travel, shop, or work in the U.S.? With the CIBC Bank USA Smart Account, you can quickly transfer cash, pay U.S. bills, and make purchases with ease. Now, banking in the U.S. is just as convenient as banking at home.
What's over all this? Even bringing this. But you've never done my intro right. Like every time you try to make fun of me, you don't actually do my intro.
What's over crazy?
That's also not it.
You have to say it.
No, I don't.
Hello, everyone.
Today, Mika's gonna be showing me her favorite TikTok likes. Her TikTok likes. It's one of my girlfriend's TikTok likes. Yes.
I'm
I
gonna
have
go
not
with
taken
this
care of
actually.
the wired.
Okay, whoa. We just leaving on the road. We gon' blow your mind.
Here we go. It's supposed to look like the boat's being illuminated.
My soul than being the reason for a dearest smile, to be the one that inspires creativity, critical thinking. That is why it is with enormous pleasure that I am announcing a new series,
There we go.
based on the Palmy Playtime Chapter 3 teaser trailer. Because while this trailer may be
Done.
specific, it reveals
Finally.
more of the horrific experiments that went on inside Playtime Co. May this series terrify and disturb every spirit that chooses to click.
Next. Where's my tape? Oh no. Did I leave it? No.
Hello,
I need that
welcome to
bitch.
Show
Fuck.
that encourages you to wake up and smell the poppy.
Motherfucker.
Literally, friends, because today we're down
Let me
to
get-
Noah's first
Hang on,
in
the-
the world of Poppy Playtime, which has been suspiciously
I didn't stretch this before I painted it, so it's quite wobbly. So we'll see what we can do.
Since the release of Chapter 2 back in May, then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we got ourselves this little surprise last week. A teaser trailer for Chapter 3 coming out, according to the video, sometime next year. And let me tell you, friends, if you haven't seen this teaser yet, it gets dark. It starts off with a slow panning shot of the boys that have already faded. Huggy Wuggy lying on the ground, Ami Longlegs ripped into, Brom the dinosaur's head for some reason. All while we listen to Elliot Ludwig, founder of Playtime Co., giving an announcement about Playcare, the adoption initiative that Playtime Co. is starting. He states that Playtime owes everything to these children, and then the trailer ends as the camera moves up to reveal a creepy-looking gas mask, all while the sounds of audience applause mix with the horrifying cries of children. Yay! This is a big game that's going to be played by kids. Clearly, they went hard for this one. The Chapter 2 teaser was creepy. Child singing Itsy Bitsy Spider in a minor key. Classic horror trope. There's something about the sound of screaming children that just hits different. That's coming from a guy who talks about dead kids way more regularly than a person probably should. However, behind those screams is the thing we're really looking for. The
Lore.
For a few episodes now, we've suspected that Playtime Co. used children to make these living, breathing, bleeding toys. And now, having the founder of the company outright say, we owe everything to these children, well, I'm thinking he means that literally. But there's a lot more in here than just hints to past theories. I let's take another slide down into the depths of Elliot Ludwig's Monster Factory, shall we? Probably the best place to start off is by addressing the severed dinosaur head in the room. In my live reaction to the teaser over on GT Live, where you'll notice I'm wearing some stellar new gear there, by the way. Look for that down below this video if you're interested in that nice long-sleeved t-shirt. Or, maybe an awesome new futuristic backpack or shoulder bag right in time for the new school year. Let me tell you, they're the perfect size for any killer toys you might want to cram in there. Maybe just a pack of our new clickbait green playing cards. I promise they won't come to life and chase you through the ventilation system. Anyway, where was I again? Sorry, Birch Push got me all confused. Oh yeah, in my reaction, seeing Braun the dinosaur here immediately set off some theory alarms. Is that the dinosaur? What is that, Braun the dinosaur? His appearance here seems very intentional. The trailer begins by penning up from the remains of our first two bosses, and then we land on Dan, implying that he then will be our Chapter 3 Big Bad. This feels especially true when you consider that the rest of the less important characters from past chapters like Pugapillar and Bunzo appear behind the gas mask at the end of the trailer. If we're to believe this motif that they're setting up here, right, it seems to be indicating that Chapter 1 boss, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, then
Stretch this, but I didn't. Yeah, so this wrinkling is all my fault.
The gas mask at the end of the teaser is red and yellow, exactly like Braun the dinosaur's color palette. No other toy we've been introduced to at this point matches that coloring, so
Shit.
it does seem like an odd
How do I fix you?
purposefully tried to hint at Braun's importance in this upcoming chapter.
I don't know if I can.
Cardboard cutouts. Throughout Chapter 2, you find these cardboard cutouts of the various characters from Playtime Co. scattered throughout the map. If you push the buttons multiple times, they say various phrases. Some of them harmless,
It's okay, nothing.
disturbing.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
And if you keep on pressing, most of them end up as a glitchy mess. Now, I gotta be honest, when I first saw these things, I really wanted to do a theory just on these cardboard cutouts, expecting there to be some sort of hidden lore inside the glitchy audio. Like, it is the perfect place to hide lore. The perfect place to hide some lore. Mob games, wink wink, nudge nudge, I tried pitch shifting, reversing the audio spectrogram, basically everything I could think of.
Okay, I think that's as good as I'm gonna get this claw, so.
3. Who knows, mob games? But that doesn't necessarily mean that they were totally useless, because Braun does actually give us some interesting information. By pressing his cutout button once, we get a second show. And then pressing it again, we get the punchline. Slow clap there, Braun. Slow clap. That is the type of humor that's kept me alive on YouTube for the past decade. However, keep pressing the button and you get this. Braun is outright telling us that he's a scary dinosaur. The other toy cutouts, even the ones that do try to kill us within this very chapter, aren't nearly that overt. Some of them have ominous lines, but none of them are outright warning us about how scary they can be. In short, all the signs are pointing at Braun being the toy that we're going to face next, which is why I don't believe it. I suspect that this might be a big misdirect on the part of Mob Games. I think it's theory bait. It's meant to get little theorist fishies like me interested in the hook, and then I get lured in and served up on a platter. You see, this isn't the first time that we've had Braun shoved into the spotlight only to be relegated as a mere background character when the chapter ultimately comes out. All the way back in the first trailer for Poppy Playtime, there's this wonderful shot of a giant toy Braun whose head suddenly turns around on its own and reveals its cold, dead eyes. And then the chapter came out and he was a poster. Cool. He reappears in Chapter 2, but again, he's nothing more than just a prop in a puzzle sequence. And from a business perspective too, it just doesn't make sense for Braun to star in Chapter 3. Mob Games have had such success in creating new, big, scary villains like Huggy and Mommy. The third chapter, just going back to a character that's existed since the beginning, it loses a lot of the hype of a big teaser reveal. And they not only lose hype, but also a good merchandising opportunity. People have loved Braun, Catbee, and all the other toys since Chapter 1. New chapters means the opportunity for new characters, which means more new merch. And the last thing about this is that Mob Games' strength seems to be flexible characters, things that bend, feel softer or rubbery. I mean, Kissy Missy trying to pull this switch in the middle of Chapter 2, not only is it hilarious, but it also just shows the strength of the team's animation of softer, stuffed characters. It is a huge and welcome departure from the monster designs of a certain other indie franchise that's dominated the scene for the past 8 years. Braun is hard, he's heavy, he's robotic. Again, pushing away from the monster aesthetic that's worked so well for Poppy Playtime up to this point. So,
a little bit of
the past
green.
decade of doing this, I don't think Braun is going to be our big bad. I think they're going to reveal more about our big bad in October or November as they get closer to next year's release. But got
I
one
need to
thing
get
for me right now,
closer.
that is
Oh,
click the
God.
subscribe button. You guys know I know a lot about YouTube, right? Well, here's a little known fact about how it works. Your clicks on the subscribe button actually wind up a crank over at YouTube headquarters and give the algorithm the power that it needs to play the various videos. So, I'm gonna need you to wind that crank. You can't click the subscribe button before I count down to 0, 59, 58, 50. Okay, obviously it was a joke. Thank you for the sub. YouTube is all powered up. Let's get back to the video, shall we? Well, it would certainly be cool to be able to figure out the next monster.
There's
that
no
we're going
fucking
up
color in
against
this.
chapter
Let's
3.
try
Considering we all
blue.
seem to die by the end of the chapter anyway,
This
the more
is
intriguing part
primary
the underlying
blue.
lore about Playtime Co. and the experiments that they've been running. We got a lot of hints throughout chapter 2 that the company was trying to revive dead rats using gel made from poppy flowers, and that now they were looking for quote-unquote larger subjects, aka children. We also saw paperwork where members of the staff were reading children's physical abilities in order to best pair them with the appropriate toy. Enter the setting for this newest chapter, Play Care. As the teaser says, having an on-site orphanage would give them plenty of larger subjects to dip into poppy gel. Kids forgotten by a system. Kids that are untraceable. But then what? What did they do here that led them to becoming the horrifying monsters that we've now come to expect from the franchise? Well, I suspect the answer to that question lies with this teaser. But not in the teaser, rather the thumbnail. You see, the thumbnail obviously puts the gas mask front and center as you'd expect. But there's a detail here that isn't present in the actual video. Surrounding everything is this red mist. It looks cool, and it definitely works nicely with the gas mask theme, but as someone who spends way too much time in thumbnail design meetings, I can tell you that this detail is more than just a it looks cool moment. This detail is intentional. It reveals way more than anything in the teaser itself. It reveals the usage of poppy gas. I mean, poppies are red flowers after all, so it just seems to make sense. I do think that the poppy gas, I think that's probably where they're headed with this, right, is making the poppy into a gas that then is converted to gas. Immediately after I filmed this over on GT Live, I jumped on the computer and started looking into the idea of poppy gas. And you know what I found? Nothing. Zilch. Nada. Turns out nobody is interested in turning an odorless flower into a gas. But then, I remember this moment from the opening seconds of the game.
Her hair is dirty and won't come out when you brush it, and smells just like a poppy flower.
Her hair smells like poppy flower, but poppies are different have a smell, right? Well, they don't, unless you're talking about a specific type of poppy, opium poppies. This is actually something that I casually tossed out there in our first ever theory on poppy playtime. Side note, I looked into, and it turns out that poppies don't really have that much of a smell, unless of course you're talking about opium poppies, in which case you're opening up a whole lot of messed up there. You see, normal poppies don't have a smell and don't have much of a narcotic effect because they have low levels of alkaloids, basically just a naturally occurring compound in the plant. Opium poppies, though, have higher alkaloid levels, resulting in a stronger smell and more physiological effects on humans. What do? Well, look no further than The Wizard of Oz. Opium has been used throughout history as a painkiller and sleep inducer thanks to some of the chemicals found within it, namely morphine and codeine, drugs that you might be familiar with because they're still used today as painkillers. Now, obviously, there are more and more regulations on using opiates like these for medical purposes. In fact, my partner Steph, in her former life before YouTube, worked on helping educate doctors about the medical uses and dangers of opiates and opioids. However, that sort of knowledge didn't exist in the early 1900s, and this stuff was totally unregulated. Opium would commonly be mixed with sugar and water to make syrups, balms, and soups, which would then be given to children that couldn't sleep. These balms could then be applied to women's chests to help babies wean faster, or they would be put on babies' gums to soothe them while they were teething. In fact, they were marketed as soothers and could be purchased in pretty much any grocery store at the time. You know, it was just common practice for perfectly normal kids to be given highly addictive drugs, at least until regulations finally came down in 1912. But as disturbing as that may be, it actually connects directly back to poppy playtime. Playtime Co. using opium poppies and poppy's hair follows this trend of subduing kids who are in pain or just a bit restless using a drug. It also means that they were probably able to skirt around regulations. Who would suspect a toy company putting opium in a doll's hair? And considering they weren't a medical center, they probably were even less likely to fall into suspicion. But how does all of this relate back to our creepy gas mask and the red fumes surrounding the toys? A gas mask, to me, implies that the gas is covering a large area, and that the gas is more concentrated. In my research, I found this, carfentanil, a narcotic gas that's in the same category as opiates and opioids, which is 10,000 times stronger than morphine, which itself is 100 times stronger than opium. And carfentanil has been weaponized as a gas before. In Russia back in 2002, a group of rebels took a theater of 800 people hostage hostage. Since I already seem to be doing movie references in today's episode, it's basically like this opening scene from Tenet. After 3 long days, the Russian authorities were suddenly faced with a difficult choice of how to possibly end the standoff. They decided to use a carfentanil-based gas to knock out the rebels, thereby allowing the troops to get into the building safely. Except there was one problem with the plan. Carfentanil is too strong. Yeah, stuff is 10,000 times stronger than morphine. Well, sure, the carfentanil did indeed knock out the insurgents so the authorities could get in. It also killed 130 of the hostages who were also in the building breathing the stuff in.
Jesus,
Gas
fuck
fills your
Russia.
lungs, replacing the oxygen that you should be breathing in, meaning that no oxygen is getting into your bloodstream, but instead this deadly chemical, eventually causing your body to shut down. Which then brings us all the way back around to Playtime Co. and their experiments with poppy flowers and rats. The experiment that we read about in Chapter 2 shows that Elliot and his team killed a rat and submerged it into a poppy flower gel mixture before trying to revive it. The process didn't work, which they figured was because of the size of the test subject. But what if it was more than that? What if part of the problem was that it was only coated in a poppy gel mixture? I mean, I can go swimming for hours, but I can't then claim that I'm suddenly hydrated. Water's only effective once it's inside of my body. I'm wondering if that's actually what we're seeing here. Poppy gel didn't work.
There we
but
go.
if you breathed in poppy
Not
gas,
perfect,
suddenly
but
you have it in your system immediately as the lungs transfer the gas into the bloodstream. If Playtime Co. is trying to activate the elements of the poppy, it being in the body, in the blood that's keeping people alive, well, it feels like that's going to get you more consistent results when trying to revive someone. Making it a gas would also make the experimentation process easier. Could you imagine having to submerge one child into a gel mixture and then having to fish him out before putting the next one in? Putting a child in a room filled with gas, however, is a way easier way to do it and far less messy. And yes, at this point, I think I need to make the obvious disclaimer here. This is dark. Very dark. I think we can all very easily see the parallels to World War II gas chambers. But the reason that I'm talking about these very disturbing things and these very tragic events is because it seems like this is where the game's headed to with the upcoming 3rd chapter. This is a toy factory, after all. Mass production is their name of the game. Around the factory, we see dozens of broken and bloody cat bees, bronze, boogie bots, and candy cats. These weren't special one-offs like Mommy Longlegs or a giant Huggy. These were everyday toys that were being sold out to the masses. So there are lots of bloody candy cats laying around the factory, and we've seen children assigned to that specific toy. Then it stands to reason that you need a lot of kids ready to be converted. The gas allows you to get a big group of children together in one room, drug them all at once, and then walk in with your colorful gas mask and remove them all ready for mass production. However, I don't think they're just shoving kids into a room to be converted. They're using the entire play care facility. And I believe that to be the case because of the main focus of the teaser, the mask. This gas mask is not just the same color as brawn, it's the same color as real-life gas masks that were created during World War II. While most masks were neutral colors like black, brown, gray, or green, those colors made the gas masks look unappealing and scary, especially to children. You can imagine why. In walked Walt Disney. Yep, that Walt Disney, believe it or not. He decided to help the issue out by manufacturing the Mickey Mouse mask, which had the face of the iconic mouse to make it more appealing to kids. In the UK, they also have the Mickey Mouse mask, but it didn't look like anything coming out of the old House of Mouse. Instead, these masks were bright red, and that was it, just red. Sometimes they had a flappy nose to make them seem more fun, but overall, it was just about making the colors bright so they were less scary. And remind me again what color the mask in the teaser is? These masks are bright and colorful because they're being worn around children, all in an effort to make them and the scientists that wear them less scary, which of course they have to do so they don't get high off the fumes that are being pumped into play care. If these gas masks were only necessary while kids were being shoved into a testing room to be transferred into a toy, then they could have just had them as a standard black color. You know, kids would be conscious enough to see them being worn. It makes a lot more sense that they're this color though, because the children are seeing them being worn regularly, which you'd have to do if the entire play care facility was slowly being gas. And then all we're left with is a bunch of screaming children. Chapter 3 of Poppy Playtime promises to lean heavy into the twisted backstory of the factory. I'm just not sure any of us realized how dark they were willing to go with this story. Thanks to this new teaser, I think we have an idea. Now the question is, are we going to be brave enough to keep going? But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Here's a quick reminder that new Theoryware merch is available right now. While we might not have ourselves Game Theory branded gas masks yet, we do have ourselves switch cases, pencil cases, and suitcases. One of those is a lie. I'll let you guess which one. And while Playtime Co. seems to be going all in on red and yellow, Game Theory's latest tech tee is green and black and blue all over. Dear viewer, I understand. You cannot feel this shirt for yourself. Feel-O-Vision is not yet a thing that's been built
YouTube and prioritize YouTube Shorts first. But if you could just feel this thing, you too would want to wear it every day, like apparently I have, every single day I've been filming lately. And yes, that one right there is me with one sock on. No, I will not be taking any further questions. Want something warmer as we quickly approach the fall? Check out the Space Racer quilted jacket. This thing is like wearing a blanket, but it's fashionable and cozier. And while you're at it, why not complete the look with a brand new backpack? I mean, you can see what the chalk mark says about my head. Much wow. Need I say more? Seriously, this thing has a ton of room and so many compartments for your research papers, your toys, the memories of what you did to hold those kids a decade ago. So, if you want to get your hands on any of these items before they disappear faster than an employee in an indie horror game, head on over to theoryware.com. That's theoryware.com, or just click the link in the top line of the description. And as always, remember, friends, it's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for
I
watching.
should use a sponge. I think it would have an easier texture.
But would you wait to eat an ice cream cone on a hot day? No. So don't wait to start earning 3.85% interest on eligible deposits with the Simply Financial High Interest Savings Account. Limited time offer. Conditions apply. Visit Simply at simplii.com for details.
Alright, let's play with this guy for a bit. Come on now. Don't be like that.
Dynasty Interior Paint with one-coat coverage, fast-drying technology, and early block resistance. Shop now exclusively at the Home Depot. Limitations apply. Visit payapro.ca for details.
I'm back. I've been looking for you. It's been about 4 months since your last theory? Are you losing track of time again? How have things been? Why would you ask me that? You know exactly what happened. You know exactly what happened. Let me remind you.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. Now with 50% less cannibalism, but the same dead kid flavor you've come to love. And welcome back to Cooking Companions, everyone's favorite visual novel about eating your camping buddies that turn them into kawaii foodstuffs. In case you missed our previous theories on the game, the original Cooking Companions told the story of an unnamed protagonist living out in the woods and the 4 hikers that unfortunately join you in search of shelter. Shortly into their stay, the food runs out, and you, as the chef, are forced to find some alternative sources of meat for everyone. One by one, each member of the group is consumed by their hunger, their guilty conscience, and eventually just consumed, mostly by you. Meat. Thanks to clues in the game, we were able to figure out that the player character is actually the Baba Yaga, an old hag from Slavic folklore that, would you know, eats people that happen to get lost in the woods near her cabin. But that solution only gave us half the story. You see, though we might be an old cannibalistic hag living out alone in the woods, we aren't truly alone. Throughout the tale, our character is visited by 5 adorable grocery store rejects, the Chompettes. You've got Cabbage, the leader of the group who loves to play games, Onion, the comedian who thinks they're way funnier than they actually are, the pun-filled Bread, the cute but threatening Raspberry, and Potato, just Potato, a character who immediately stands out from the group as the tuber who refuses to play along and just insists on getting his knife back. Clearly, one of these things is not like the others. While all the other Chompettes are playful and generally cheery, Potato is despondent, angry, threatening, and that's because he's especially important to our character's origin story. Exploring hidden notes found throughout the game, we were able to piece together that Potato, before he became a root vegetable, was actually a serial killer known as the Butcher of Zakopane, a man that we suspected was possessed by the Baba Yaga years before we were. The story we crafted went as follows. We were originally part of a group of 5 kids taken in by the Butcher, victims waiting for the slaughter. Except something unexpected happened. The Butcher was lonely. He wanted a protege, and when we arrived at the forest cabin, he singled us out to learn his ways. There was only one problem. We were still loyal to our friends. When it came time for our friends to be sacrificed down in the basement, we struck first, killing the Butcher and saving the group. Except it came with one problem. Something that we could have never predicted. In killing the Butcher, we ourselves got possessed by the Baba Yaga. Under her influence, we then turned on our friends, and thus the Chompettes were born. Our 4 friends and the one starchy killer who just wants his knife back. And that was the story. Or should I say, that was the story as best as we could piece together. But now, everything's different. Enter the game's new DLC, Chompette Origins, a prequel story to the events of the original game. You know what that means? It's suddenly my hour of reckoning. One of the few times on this channel that we either get to confirm or deny.
There's someone watching. How are you tonight?
So it's time to see just how wrong we were. So, will I be getting the sweet taste
Oh
of
no.
victory just a big old slice up.
Hang on.
It's time to explore that for
My bedtime has showed up.
one final time to see
Hey,
what
sweetie,
Mysteries
come
Games
here.
Studios has cooked up. The prequel story
Come here,
starts with three
baby.
children standing in front of a familiar cabin in the woods. There's Selena, Oleg, and Bolek. If it wasn't clear from the first letters of their names or the color of their outfits,
Oh,
Dream
what a big
Studios
boy
was
you
also
are.
made
Yes,
up
you
to
are. I
make
got your
the
place
same
ready.
as our chop and mouse. Selena's cabbage, Oleg is onion, and Bolek is bread. I don't know if you can tell it,
What
but
color are
we really wanted to
galaxies?
make sure we knew who was who. This time we're not playing the role of the killer or Baba Yaga or anything like that. Rather, we're the
There's
fourth
specks in
child,
here and I
Maya,
hate
a
it.
child
I can't
who
do
would
anything
want
about
to
it.
be raised her. We're told that
That's
we're
okay.
running away from
I'll be
someone,
fine.
escaping into this empty cabin to hide. Eventually, the man that we're running from finds his way into the cabin to hide down in the basement, but it's too late. A knife-wielding killer stands before us, ready to make the final blow, but suddenly the kid's faces turn to horror as slashing sounds are heard and the killer's eyes close. The last thing that we see are children running for their lives, except for Rhina, who is surprisingly calm about the entire situation. So, what's it all mean? How did the details of this DLC actually fit inside of our original set of theories? Well, in true theory fashion, we got a lot of stuff right, and also a couple things wrong. First and most importantly, this is definitely the Baba Yaga's cabin. As you search the premises, Bolek mentions finding a fence that's covered in bones, which is one common trait of the Baba Yaga's cabin in Slavic folklore. We also get an extra dream in New Game Plus that tells us the story of us dying in a river of fire controlled by a man with a handkerchief. This seemingly random story is another famous tale coming out of the Baba Yaga canon called The Death of Koshai the Deathless. In fact, I suspect that we might even be able to catch a glimpse of the Baba Yaga in the DLC, but it is buried real well. When the kids first descend into the basement of the cabin, we discover a literal murder chamber hidden inside the darkness. But you know what we do when there's a dark scene? You whip it out. And by it, Photoshop. Cracking up the exposure gives it this. Not only a clear scene of the various cages and hostage pit in the middle of the room, something ripped straight out of Silence of the Lambs, but in a when you say it, you'll feel Brits moment. If you look back here, yep, that is a human face staring right back at you, watching the kids and their killer from the shadows, waiting for the moment to strike them all down. That, I suspect, is the Baba Yaga, notably missing its left eye, which is a reference to yet another Baba Yaga story where their left eye is shot out during a battle. Could potentially be the spirit of a past victim. Sure, weird faces appear from the shadows when you least expect them all the time in this game, but the missing eye and the placement right next to where everyone's about to get slaughtered, my money is on the Yaga. That said, well, we basically nailed it on that half of the story. We were a bit off when it came to Potato. Turns out he doesn't live in this cabin like we first suspected. He's also not possessed by the Baba Yaga. He just wishes he were. After our four friends and the butcher wind up dead at the end of the DLC's first playthrough, we think to ourselves that, quote, keeping these intruders around might be entertaining for now. Potato is considered to be a part of that group. One in a group of intruders sticking their noses into a place where they're not welcome. The cabin. He was not, nor was he ever the Baba Yaga. Oh, my hypothesizing about the Baba Yaga changing
Hey,
bodies?
sweetie.
Yeah, not only that,
What you
the Baba
doing?
Yaga is just a separate
You
real
can
character
stop
in this
that
universe.
right
So,
now.
that is
Stop it.
Potato.
Stop it.
Tries to
Stop it.
change
Stop it.
things
Stop,
all of a
stop, stop,
sudden. Well, my
stop,
dear
stop, stop.
theorists, that's where the classic lore drops of cooking companions come in. In throughout the game are secret notes that can only be accessed by interacting with an object over and over and over and over and over again until all the dialogue options are completely exhausted. By clicking on the cauldron in the kitchen, we find this note.
Hi, I saw the fence outside. Kids are needed. Please teach me the secret. I'll bring them here on Sunday. You won't have to do anything. Please teach me the secret.
As you can see, the spelling in these notes is, challenging, but that's actually a huge clue for us. After reading the notes, Selena, the soon-to-be cabbage, comments the following.
Did a kid write this? Either it was a kid or an adult who didn't do very well in school.
Now, language is important because when playing through the main game, we're given hints that one of the child
Please
dads
don't do
did
that.
need to
Get
drop
out.
out of school in order to work at the butcher's. It's Potato. These letters are all coming from him. Potato apparently knew about the Baba Yaga that was living out in the cabin and wrote to them in the hopes that the killer would say yes to doing a collab. Now, this is an important factoid because last time we thought we were Potato's pupil, but it turns out to be the exact opposite. Potato actually wanted to be our student. If you pick Bolek's route and check the walls enough times, you'll find another note that says,
Hi, stop pretending like you are at home. I was good. I did a good job. Please tell me what I'm doing wrong. Teach me the secret.
Clearly, Potato went around town killing people in an effort to boost his resume, trying to get himself an acceptance letter from the Baba Yaga School for Serial Killers. But even though we were wrong about him being the Baba Yaga, we were right about him being the butcher of Zakopane. Selena the cabbage actually recounts the story of them
Okay, we're
finding
just
a
gonna have
body
to go
stuffed
swirling.
into a potato barrel, with the killer running away as soon as they spot it. It's the same killer that then attacks the cabin, the butcher. So now that we have our ourselves access to all the information, here's how the story really went.
Ow.
A group of 4 kids try to escape from a serial killer, the butcher of Zakopane, by hiding down in the basement of a seemingly abandoned cabin in the woods. When the butcher finds them and prepares his attack, the Baba Yaga returns home and slaughters them all for intruding, transforming the group into Potato and the rest of the Chop Mats. Oh yeah, we also get to see Potato at the very end of the game. In one of the game's many secret Easter eggs, we get this jump scare. Our title screen is then sliced up into tiny little cubes. This, my friends, is the face of the butcher. We know this thanks to his height relative to the kids, as well as one additional key detail, the knife he's holding. The knife that, as Potato, he would be so salty not to have. Straightening all this out now allows us to try and actually solve the biggest mystery of the entire game, the disappearance of Raziel, aka Cornbread. This elusive 6th Chumphead is basically like the Golden Freddy of the franchise. Everyone keeps talking about him, there are hints to him everywhere, and clearly he's important to the story, but the only time we ever catch a glimpse of him is if we manage to unlock one of the hardest secret endings in the game. Raziel was a bit of an enigma during our previous theories, mainly because we had so little information to work off of. We're told that he's Oleg the Onion's relative, despite the fact that Bread calls him Cousin Cornbread. We know that he's been in the cabin before because of his tiny hole under the couch, and we know that eventually we eat him. The Baba Yaga consumes his flesh. Not really a whole lot to go off of, so last time I pitched my own idea that Raziel came later, after the original Chopettes had all
Good boy.
However, the new DLC proves otherwise. See, Raziel's
Well, I got one done tonight, and I think I'm going to call it. It's been good.
Yeah, basically that. In this prequel DLC, the kids did.
Yeah, I'm going to call it for tonight. And my headache's back. So, I will see all of you on another night. Bye-bye.